Welcome to episode 6. Our app structure is solid, but visually it still looks like every other default Flutter app. Today is all about branding. We'll learn how to move beyond basic colors and use the powerful ThemeData object to set custom colors, typography, and even import unique custom fonts, giving our app a professional, unified look. Let's start our main dot file from scratch. We need to import our material start. For importing our material start, we need our main function. Inside our main function, we need to run our app, and inside run app, we need to pass a constant called myApp. MyApp is a stateless widget, so we need to create a stateless widget called myApp. And myApp, instead of returning a placeholder, as we already know, it returns a material app. The material app has a few properties that we've already explored. Currently, material app is just generating a default theme. We're going to explicitly set it by using the theme property. So inside theme, we will pass a widget called ThemeData. This handles all of our theme related items in Flutter for us. We also need a home. Under home, we can pass a constant widget called main_screen. Main_screen, for this purpose, let's make it a stateless widget. So main_screen is our widget, and main_screen, instead of returning a placeholder, it returns a scaffold. We can build our app on the scaffold. For now, let's give our scaffold a body. Let's center a text, and the text may be hello Flutter. So right now, if we run our application, for the purpose of this video, I'll be running my application within my desktop itself, but it's exactly the same if you run it on your Android device. To see how to run it on your Android device, please refer to the earlier videos in this series. I will perform a Flutter hot reload, and our application looks something like this. The theme and the colors aren't that pretty. You can change the theme of the app inside this ThemeData widget of the theme property in material app. The ThemeData constructor takes all the properties we need to customize the look of the app, from text styles to primary colors. For now, let's just set a primary background color. So for that, it has a property called scaffold background color. I want it to be a hex color. Now I'll show you how to implement a hex color into Flutter. So what you want to do is color, and inside color you pass 0xFF and then your hex code. So the hex code that I'll be using for this demo is E0F7FA. You can use any hex code that you'd like, and make sure to remove this space here. We use color class constructor. Notice 0xFF prefix. That's required for Flutter to interpret the standard hex code. So without 0xFF, Flutter cannot recognize that E0F7FA is a hex code. Perform a Flutter hot reload, and you can see that the background color slightly changed from a white shift to a light teal background. Next, let's edit the styling property. Let's control the fonts globally. Text theme property lets us define styles for every type of text widget in the app: headings, body text, captions, and more. So inside the ThemeData, we can add a property called text theme. Text theme takes a constant widget, because we want our theme to be constant throughout the program, called text theme. The text theme widget in turn takes a few properties. It takes a title large. So if you want a large title, it will pull the properties for the title from this property of the text theme widget. Inside this, we pass a text style widget. Inside the text style widget, we can define properties. So font size, let's say 22. Font weight could be font weight dot bold, and color could be colors dot green. If we perform a Flutter hot reload, we won't see any changes, because right now none of our text in our application uses the title large style by default. What does use the title large style by default is our app bar title. Now if you remember how to implement the app bar, it's right under scaffold. So app bar property, you pass in an app bar widget under which you can pass a title, and this title has the title large style. In title we can pass a center widget, and inside the center widget we can pass a text widget that says this is app bar title. Oops, this needs to be a child. And now if we perform a Flutter hot reload, the app bar title widget has automatically taken the properties of the title large property that we defined in text style of ThemeData. So if I change this font here, by default your app bar title moves. Your app bar title's font changes. Now the advanced part, using a custom font that isn't included by default. Fonts are external files, so we must treat them as assets and tell Flutter where to find them. First of all, we actually need the font files. So the place where the font files go is you can create an assets fonts folder in our project root and drop our font files. Inside our project root, you can create a directory. You can name the directory assets, and under assets you can create a subdirectory called fonts. Now inside fonts is where all your font assets will go. To search for a font asset, simply go to your browser and search for the font that you'd like to get. So you can search for a Roboto font. Click on the first link that fonts.google.com gives you. Click on Get Font and you can download this font. For this demonstration, I downloaded the Roboto font zip file, extracted it, and pulled in one random TTF file from inside the Roboto static fonts. So the font that I want to implement throughout my program is called Roboto Regular. So the first thing you do is go into your pubspec YAML file. Find the section that has fonts listed. You want to uncomment this section by simply pressing Ctrl/. If there's an indentation error, make sure you properly indent your fonts. So inside family, you want to write Roboto, and under assets, you want your folder name, which is assets/font/roboto-regular.ttf. We don't have any other asset styles or any other families, so we can delete all of this. Now, please save your pubspec YAML file and click on pub-get. So after you click on pub-get, it will automatically update all of your dependencies. If you do not click pub-get, Flutter will not recognize your Flutter will not recognize your TTF file as it does not get imported until you press the pub-get button. Now that your font has been imported, you can finally use it inside your widgets. We can apply our font globally via ThemeData. Inside your ThemeData, go under your text theme widget, put a comma and write theme font family. You can choose your font family using this property. So you want to type in Roboto. So this name has to exactly match the family that you've provided here. If this matches, then it will automatically pull the assets under Roboto family and use it in your program. The font family property inside ThemeData globally overrides the default font. The string name here must exactly match the family name that you defined in your pubspec YAML file. After this, you need to perform a hot restart since we're resetting the state of the entire application. After you perform a hot restart, you should see that the entire app is now using your custom brand font. Today you learned how to take full control of your app's presentation by using ThemeData object inside the Material app to set colors, and typography globally. You also mastered the critical step of declaring and implementing custom assets like fonts using the PubSpec YAML. Next time, we finally introduce dynamism. We will build our first stateful widget to create interactive UI focusing on state class and setState method. This is where the real app logic begins. See you in episode 7.